Residents of Chelan and Douglas County will have the option of voting on a proposed tax equalization initiative on the November ballot. What does that mean? I'm here with two special guests to talk about exactly that. Would you both mind please introducing yourselves?
Sure. Jim Huffman. I'm a commissioner with the CDRPA.
And I'm J.C. Baldwin. I'm a commissioner with the Chelan-Douglas Regional Port Authority also.
Perfect, thank you. So to go ahead and get started here, why has there been a different tax rate for each county before?
Well, each entity within each county has an allotment based on what their budget is. That budget can only increase 1% per year because of a Tim Eyman initiative that has been in place for about 20 years now. But each district has its own separate levy rate, and it would be different not only between entities, but between the counties.
All right, and did you have anything you'd like to add to that?
Just maybe a little bit about the two ports. In 2020, the two port districts functionally consolidated and into one economic development agency, and so that's part of the reason we're wanting to do this levy, because the two districts with the two taxing districts, there's that disparity. So anyway, so the two ports just decided to functionally consolidate because we feel that we're one regional economy.
So let's tell everyone exactly what is being proposed with this equalization.
Well, right now the difference between the two levies is that in Chelan County the levy rate is 17.5 cents per thousand, and in Douglas County it's 13.7 cents per 1,000. And so there's about a 3 cent per $1,000 difference.
So this proposed equalization would be to make those meet in the middle at a specific amount? At
about 16.7.
All right.
Right, and what that means to the individual counties is in Chelan County, if you had a $500,000 home, that would decrease your tax levy rate $5.72 a year initially, and if you are in Douglas County, it would increase it slightly to $13.43 a year.
So in a media statement, Chair of Douglas County Board of County Commissioners, Dan Sutton, said, quote, "We feel that only a majority of votes in each county would make this legitimate. Otherwise, the port's Proposition 1 gives Chelan County voters the opportunity to decide Douglas County taxes." What are your thoughts on that statement, and do you think that the Chelan County votes outweighing those numbers of Douglas County voters is fair?
It's partly a misconception. The notion is that this would be an annual event. It's a one-time adjustment. And so that doesn't hold true for outgoing years. And part of what's driving the whole process is the advent of the data centers and the amount of money that's going to be contributed to the tax base. The Microsoft data center in Douglas County is about $1 billion investment, and would be the largest investment in the history of Douglas County. So that would tend to skew the rate even lower in Douglas County. But we know that the same phenomenon is going to happen in Chelan County, also with Microsoft. And so in the longer term, we still expect that the levy rates will go down in the future, and they have gone down for the last several years. The notion that Chelan County will be deciding Douglas County taxes is not true.
And to add on to that, once the port's functionally consolidated, we agreed to make equal investments with our combined dollars in both counties, and we've been making those capital investments and improvements, even with the disparity in the levy rates. And so for a while, the Chelan County taxpayers have actually been investing at a higher rate in properties that we're buying in Douglas County, and we just want to put this in place now so it's fair and equal. You know, we are regional, and there's so many examples of regional collaborations, like with the libraries and the fire district, and gosh, what else have we got?
Health district.
Public facilities district, the health district. Yeah, now we're looking at the regional sports complex, right? So those are all going to be collaborations of regional efforts for tourism, economic development in our communities.
Also, when we did the consolidation, we set up a structure where any action before the board requires 2 positive votes from both commissions. In other words, one person can't sway or 2 people can't sway the entire vote if the majority agrees. So it's a supermajority vote on everything. So in the future, if some item is before the board that's detrimental to Douglas County, then there's still that 2 and 2 rule still applies. So we still have the vote.
All right. What do you believe would be the most significant benefit from a unified tax levy?
Well, it would be the ability to actually legally merge the 2 ports and be able to retain the supermajority vote rule that we have in place. If we merged without that levy tax or levelization, it would be, the representation would be based on the entire sum total of voters in Chelan and Douglas counties, and it would be redistricted, and Chelan County would have 3 representatives and Douglas County would only have 2. So it would change the structure of what right now is working extremely well.
Right. So essentially it would take a 6-person board down to either 5 or 3. And redistricting is based on population. And because there's more of the population's larger in Chelan County, it would be weighted more towards Chelan County. We like the way it is now with it being fair. Plus, the Douglas County Commissioners aren't so bad to work with.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We enjoy working together.
Yeah, great camaraderie. And as far as decision making is concerned, we've added 3 additional voices for each port and differing opinions, and I think we do a better job of reaching consensus.
Yeah, gives us better opportunities too when we're seeking funding, both at the state and local level. What we've done is unique. Legislators and our contingency back in DC, they like to see collaboration in communities. They see it as being a more powerful tool for when the communities can come together for what they want. And the ports facilitate a lot of the things that our communities want to do.
All right.
We've got a really good formula that's working, and we don't want that to change.
So my last question is, what kinds of projects do you have on the horizon, and how would those be affected if this did not pass?
That's a really good question.
Thanks.
We would continue working under the same cooperative spirit that we have. However, because the books of accounting require separate accounting for each district right now, it becomes complicated when we get into contractual relationships. For example, the executive flight building, when we constructed that, required 5 different lease and lease back arrangements between the 2 ports and executive flight in order to make that work, as opposed to under a consolidated system or a merged system, we would be talking about 1. So bureaucratically, it's very difficult as far on the bookkeeping and contractual end with separate accounting.
Thank you both so much for being here today and for joining us to give some more information on this topic.
Thank you for giving us the opportunity to get our information out. We really appreciate it, and we're hoping that we see some success with this.